Have been favoring Ancient. They've actually been picking it in certain series here. So to force them into Overpass, the map that they lost that 15-7 lead against Heroic, maybe that's still ringing in the back of their ears after the shush clutch. But over towards B we go, and an early biff with the 1x bet odds still favoring the Danes. We're in.
Yeah, they landed a nice goosh early, but that does not stop farlig. Zipex is on notice as well, so this can tumble and is, because Forrester has made it very clear he is still fragging up a storm. Bodyguarded. Stuck between two mines, and now, well, this one concludes. It's just glaive. You do have Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hanging out on the observer cam. Glaive with nothing more than his USP.
Yeah, literally nothing more. Poor guy, $100 to his name. Would love a kill. Spammy on the Usp, and Alien will finish him off and pick up that of his own, and they will walk away with 4 USPs. So they're not going to come in handy, guys. But yeah, the USP over the Glock, in case you weren't too awares. 9
USPs in play for round 2.
Let's see if they want to go down that 5-7 route again. Config investing in one. Glaive with a Deagle, a UMP in the hands of Blame here. And just some steady shooting. After the opener right there, it did fall apart for the Danes.
Yeah, they had the pieces there. It was just a question of losing so many to Forrester in quick succession. The molly well placed on barrels, and wow, good nade actually from Glaive. That's going to
very deep
be swallowed by Lackey, so they get 2 off without any rebuttal.
So good damage done, and now one of the issues is you know that the CTs were aggressive, and we talk about this a lot on Overpass. It's true in gun rounds as much as it is on a 4-spy, is just how many prickly little corners they could be hiding in. Connector, worried about them up close in bathrooms, pushed up behind the tree or the rock at long. There's a lot to clear on a map like Overpass. It doesn't just work like a traditional map because of some of the swings and roundabouts that you have to be worried with. Now up long they trundle, 3 of which Krad dealing with the banana/mid position. Forrester going to rejoin the troops. Oh, Krad, I think he has his jump throw key maybe close to his spacebar there. But he will get that one down. A lurk smoke front of sight for Blame to play around with the UMP in hand. And now out of utility are the Danes. But Astralis with some info and farlig, you swing out. You get the kill. Lucky, the lower dead.
I have to try and find some more, and the bot shots don't connect. Alien has the bomb, and it's been spotted, though. Or rather, excuse me, Nickelback is maneuvering that back. Config's really aggressed towards the toilet divider. And so he'll be at least be able to report any dissents.
There's 35 seconds. If they go towards A, there's going to be at least 3 players here. Zip is playing passive Glaive as well. Step would have been heard.
Yeah, definitely. He can strike here, and drive-by gets really awkward for Entropiq. They need Forrester, they need Nickelback to start charging into this site. Alien on long side is delivering, but it's getting sketchy. Very, very sketchy. Nickelback bringing the bomb.
Oh, no.
That was all hanging in the balance of that duel with Glaive. And so low. This is so winnable. And Zipex takes it as easy as pie. 3.14, and defusal is secure.
Beautiful stuff. That early damage made Lackey an easy kill for farlig. Then they had the number disadvantage. You were right, Alien did have the bomb. He threw that across to Nickelback, hoping that the in-game leader would get it out of there, but they continue forward as Blame, looking like a zombie possessed right there. Must have run out of ammo, looking to get the knife kill. Nickelback, you wonder, why is he pushing? Why is he pushing? Well, that was a necessary kill, but the low HP, and Zip is going to pick up a big 1-on-2 right there to send this first half into a bit of disarray. The 4-spy wars are on. The buyback from Entropiq coming through. Scout, Galil, some pistols around it with the util. Entropiq make work with this. Can almost operate as a bit of a bungled gun round, right? Because you still have enough weaponry to make this one work. Do get the playground control early. Some nades go either way. No damage done.
Farlig's going to stick around for a moment, but thinking better of it. It's short. And it's Forrester, very, very close to the action. Hasn't been spotted out, has gained some information thanks to the boost and jump from Glaive.
We might see a point of contact on long here, Alex, because Alien's posted up with the scout. So if Blame goes for a look, he might cop a tag here.
Well-drilled individual as Blame got the M4, and the flash is perfect for the frag. Gets it.
That's actually huge.
And he get away. Never mind. He'll fight his way out. 2.5. Nickelback brought down to 50. And the bomb nowhere near them. So not only losing the numbers game, but the map territory about to be given up in retrieval.
Well, farlig's reposted up towards long right now, and I'm sure Glaive would love to get over and get that M4 that's loose on the ground, but he's still tucked on towards B. Zip and Glaive to defend, and there's some information spotted. Forrester noted now. 35 seconds remaining as they look to set up a boost here.
Glaive could be susceptible. Slippery.
Oh, and back towards A. So 20 seconds, roughly, as they're going to trundle towards this site. There's an open runway right now.
Yeah, it is wide open. Farlig won't hear it. Config will. Lee on his way.
They might even get a plan out of this, you know?
You'd take it. You certainly would take it. Bomb to be planted. Farlig to deny. Oh, that's an important duel. That's it, the round, just like that. Farlig sprays them down. 3 in quick succession, but the plant found.
They should hold off on the defuse so that Glaive can go get this gun, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. Glaive just hightailing it towards long, has scooped up that M4, so that's the best that they could walk out of the round with. So crossing the T's, dotting the I's are Astralis, and they will win out the 4 spy wars. That's 2 consecutive rounds, but it is a good plant for Entropiq, so at least they can stay slightly threatening. Now, this is really good from Blame, because I thought that he might cop a tag. The flash was good. You saw Ellie there have to hide behind the tree, and on the swing back out, Blame's aim is too good. Bomb just going down right there, so the consolation prize for Entropiq. And they are going to be buying in with just a couple of digs here. Now, just to note, Nickelback hasn't invested anything. And that is likely because he will be dropping the AWP for Elian in the future gun round. This is just the slow, drawn-out default spread with pistols to milk through the CT util. You can see if you look at your mini-map in the top left of the screen, there's no real committal anywhere early. Blame and Farlig are quite far forward, so need to be careful they don't give over an M4 here.
Just like that. Farlig revealed as well, and he can mop up as he has 2 nice, quick, clean kills. Going to make it difficult for those weapons to be retrieved, sticking around.
Now, one thing we might want to talk about here is this roster of Astralis has been on debut at Pro League Season 15. And they were able to pick up a 16-8 victory on Overpass against EG. But against Heroic, I did detail this earlier, they lost out from a 15-7 lead, I believe it was, to then lose in overtime 19-16, and that was after a shush. I believe it was a 1-on-4, but it was a 1-on-3 that looked juicy once he got to the site. He had that hard clear, he takes down Glaive, the 1-on-1 with Blame, and then, well, Heroic, you know what that type of a series means to them in the Danish Derby.
Zipper where they can have slipped across. Good for the confirmation of the information. 4 hearts still beating. They are building up quite the bank, and they've certainly set the pace.
Now, it doesn't mean a lot, but that was the first opening kill for Entropiq, was Lackey's Deagle there. So that's almost like a non-issue one because it was unable to be traded on top of it. They didn't really take any space off the back of it. An immediate response from Farlig with the double up. So we'll keep our eyes on opening kills. I think opening kills on a map like Overpass, especially for the T side, are huge because this is a difficult map to operate on. But that AWP is in the hands of Elian, and away we go. Farlig's got his out as well. Deep incendiary. They will go with the extinguish. The nade to follow through, and the wow, patience of Lackey almost paid off. Walking into the AWP. No monster smoke, right? Oh. I thought they doubled it there, but it was a flash and a smoke, so that's okay. And that's one of the things, right? In the meta, it's so common for the monster smoke to come in from spawn and just consistently be re-smoked for the entire round. But Config, you've got company.
You can win the round right here, right now. Lackey's is first, and dicing with Nickelback. It's damage, but they do claw one back.
This worked before for them, right? And Farlig is in a position where he could go for the wombo combo flash setup, almost similar scenes. Blame might be hearing some of these steps.
Oh, yeah, here's the run boost and the scope. So Farlig going to flash him in again. We could have a rinse repeat here. They could both be doing the flashbang dance. And they are. Complete freebies for blameF, set up for success. And Astralis, this is a dream start for their defense. Again, 4 players staying alive, keeping that weaponry. Krad's main objective now is just to force a couple of them to open their wallets.
Yeah, where are you going to go, mate? Can't go forward, can't go backwards. Going to go to the grave. Krad goes down, Glaive picks that one up, and this is a fantastic start for Astralis. Now, the bomb not going down in the last 2. So Entropiq, finance is starting to become an issue here. The conversation will need to be had. And it feels like Config's going to be maybe with a bit of a death slam, not grabbing the second there. Low, but blameF. The other combo of the Bash Brothers will pick this up with a flash, and that's Counter-Strike, guys. If you're dry swinging corners and your teammates have got flashes, what are you doing?
I mean, just the luxury that Blame is hearing, not only a scope, but the jump on their head. He just gets a perfect visual of exactly what's coming around that corner, calls Farlig for the flash, and immediately round is won.
Hooch has taken this time out, has been very vocal again. Lots of talking from Hooch, right? You get some coaches, they sit back, they more monitor the conversation. It's one-way traffic. Hooch is saying, and you're doing. And that's very clear here with the hierarchy of the team as the pistols are being purchased. 3 Deagles, 2 P250s, and some light util around this. Is they need to try and find a pressure point early in Entropiq that they can go back to, rinse and repeat throughout. Blame and farlig have had no issues with their aggressive maneuvers over towards A, but aggressive maneuvers against pistols, that could be the recipe for success for Entropiq. 1 foot fault, they can get back into this as they do burn on down through the initial mollies. Lots of pressure long here. And this is not what you'd expect without an extinguish, right? Because they've actually braved the flames, they're going to have a timing that might catch Astralis off guard. Look how quick this is. They're not even stopping for anything.
Normally, you have a conversation between the two of you toilets. Who's got long? You start thinking about it. farlig might have to acknowledge it now.
He's going to be out of position, Alex. This round could fall apart. He's not even looking.
He's going to eventually consider it.
This is a huge gap.
Oh my God, he's dead. Absolutely cooked. And now the space can be taken. Blame going to come in with no information. Toilets is lost and occupied. Krad has that on lock. He says, with a P250 alone. Hard retake though. This is the punish. Can Elian ply this recovered AWP as well as he's supposed to? He's posted up. Config should be dead and now a weapon to be retrieved. Elian using farlig's weapon against the squad. Config now gone. AWP still bankside. They scream, they decree. Bullets down. Zipex is a god. How does he get away with that?
Smoke for the bomb here. They can do this.
Yeah, how are you supposed to deny? Planted safe side. And on the defuse now, it's Astralis with a recovery. farlig's death. It's punished in a way, a frag and a plant, but still nothing to celebrate for Entropiq.
Yeah, that's an opportunity that's gone missing right there. Just unable to fortify with the pistols alone. The AWP up close and personal, not getting them a whole lot. But this was great. You could see the braving of the flames and those timings I was talking about. If you don't hear the extinguish, then you normally expect to buy an extra, 5 to 7 seconds? But they've just run straight on through, and you saw Nickelback leading the charge. He's actually led by example there. Listen, we're going. We are going. And they get all the way in, so it's a good eco, right? If we look at it from that perspective, it's a good eco, but it's an opportunity they could have converted here.
Oh, he's whiffed the smoke. Tried to extinguish. Saves him from the nade, I suppose, if you're looking for a silver lining. Forrester coming on out. Bangs his head off the tube in order to evade that spray, and it's glaive he has to trifle with next. Good pressure from Forrester.
Here.
They're just charging, actually, straight into Zipex. A fully blind spray and return the favor. Into the site comes Lackey. Bomb on his back. The flashes are there, but bodyguarded nicely. And yeah, this is going to keep going. Forrester now caught out. Krad trades back. This is insane. 1 minute 15 and a 2v2 with a fast flank on its route. farlig posted heaven. He is waiting, making sure he doesn't take an engagement before blame can activate. Blame will, just by presence alone, deny any monster maneuvers.
Both playing waterside here. This is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a question of if farlig...
Oh, they're pushing. They have a great idea about this flank here.
Yeah, they're working it out.
Too quiet for too long.
farlig trying to draw distraction, trying to run interference. farlig concerned about his flank. They're running out of time now. Elian loses his duel. Big pick. Blame to try and get that kit and get that defuse. Krad needs to deny this. Crosshair in the right place. Needs to deny it now and has. I think that's the round.
No time. No time at all. That is really rough right there. You think Astralis, they've got that one. They're trading in towards the B site. It was a beautiful scene. Just constantly chopping and changing within the kill feed. And there you go. Entropiq do get one back. They're able to pip the gap. And you can see this from Zip. He does really good to get one while completely flashed. Lackey comes in. They gets desperate. They're pushing through the smokes. They want the space. I guess if Lackey runs in, you got to follow him. And they do. glaive grabs one back. Krad on that trade. And this is a great shot from farlig here. But you can see where they planted. Good awareness. Good understanding of the situation. There was a lot of unknowns. And it was too quiet towards CT. It was too quiet towards Heaven. They read the play. They grabbed their second round. 5-2, back towards B we go, straight through Monster.
Yeah, it's going to be quick. Let's see if Zip can once again get a frag out of this one. Good damage, a dink to Lackey, doesn't stop his run. He could catch him, Zipex hidden. Glaive trades. Config's nades, good for a frag. Sound cues are heard, yeah, but Config just sprays on through. Forrester's been great, but he's not ready for this. Pushing through the smoke is Config. More nade damage. Great from Astralis as they are completely washing them out of this round. Victory very short-lived. Unless Elian's got some magic bullets in this Deagle. 3 left. And he's got 0 HP. 6 for Astralis. They are feeling themselves. This is, the dream start for any team in a third map decider. Starting CT, losing that pistol, and then finding your feet immediately.
Yeah, otherwise this could be a completely different looking half so far, right? You lose the pistol, you lose the force, then the conversion comes in. Right now they're really keeping Entropiq at bay. And this was a great rotation in from farlig, just dealing with any of that slack that may have been left. A timeout called and another opportunity here for Hooch to get on the mic. Now, when he made the call last time out of the timeout, they took a lot of space, they grabbed a lot of room, and they got the bomb down, but they didn't get the round. There's enough money for Lackey to buy. The same can be said for Elian and Krad. And while I can break the news that Forrester has just forced into a Galil, so there should be a purchase here. The pressure, they're mounting a lot of it over towards B. Blame has a buffer of cash, 6K to his name. So it's looking okay over there for Astralis, but they'd love another consecutive just to keep that cash flowing. Both coaches chipped on in.
Still tense. Trace remembering to stay hydrated. I hope you are as well. This is my Hydro Homie responsibility to remind you to get a drink. Maybe on the next eco, because this one's worth sticking around for. Looking like another heavy lean towards the B site early, and 3 CTs are going fountain pushing. Elian's job is to try and cage this. I don't think he's going to be anticipating so many bodies there. B is great. It's ripe for the plucking. If only they knew. Forrester has really enticed them now. He's taken down Zip. It's just glaive. Up against the entire Entropiq squad. Low, but not low enough. The B site open for business. And Astralis may just want to play their funds.
This is it. Blame around the world again.
No, safe and sound. Nickelback lives on.
Yeah, and this is it. Like, Blame has closed the door. They won't be able to escape. I think exits would be a good option here, or hang around and see if you do get a kill. But realistically, you can see just where Blame's parked. Just the speculative shots from farlig through the smoke right there. They're not actually going to tempt fate on this one. They're just going to hold on to their guns. Blame can drop into the next. farlig should be able to do the same. The lost bonus bottom of the barrel. But B, there's a bit of rinse and repeat. And Astralis, once upon a time, right, they would, nice shot, just go for a lot of B plays, like turn Monster into an aim map. And that seems to be what they're doing here with some of these maneuvers.
I mean, it sounds kind of dismissive to say it this way, but the reason this time it worked was not due to a change in their strategy. It was due to Astralis sending 3 aggressive to fountain. They were operating under the assumption it wouldn't be another B.
And this is the thing, now this conditioning will play into the rest of the game. Do we have to start 3B all the time? If we're playing 2A, do we do a bit more of a retake setup? Because if you're trying to read as an in-game leader and be ahead of the call, well, Glaive, you've just lost that battle right here, right now. So this is where you can either nut up and go for something that is quite aggressive as a pack again, right? Or you can chop and change the setup. And they are changing the setup. Zipex over towards A this time, and farlig's AWP back towards the B bomb site. And Entropiq have now decided to head for a bit more of a standard default. Big nade, doesn't do too much damage. Oh, dismantling immediately on the back of that smoke. So Zip is going to stay tucked in towards the connected position. Blame has to deal with both Party and Long. No smoke. We've seen this before, right? And farlig was patrolling here. And you can see Forrester up on the barrel means that his legs are not going to be in sight for farlig unless he pushes well and truly into the monster tunnel. So this is quite telling, right? If you're reading the play here in Entropiq, you'll know, I haven't smoked monster yet, guys. This is a different look. And with that info, you now get a spring in your step towards A. You can take more space. You don't have to worry about the AWP divider. You don't have to worry about the AWP long. You can take a couple of extra liberties here. And farlig now has just started to rotate back towards the first letter of the alphabet. They smoke monster. It is just Glaive and Config over towards B here. This Config position could get rumbled if they go connector and a short split. And they're coming back B. Config, you might be in some hot water soon.
You heard that? Knows they're distracting them. Oh, but Forrester's legs. Waits and bides his time. Good find. Now. Config does try and throw a smoke to contain Krad. He does actually fall off into the headshot. Puts us back into a 4v4. Time is just the main issue here. farlig spotted out toilets. B. The AWP is on A. It's the right call to hit B. It's just Glaive right now. But 19 seconds, if he can just disrupt, as the Flames have. Swings on in off the flash. Oh, and builds a round out of it. Glaive looking for his third. He's won the round off the back of that lone defender. Sends Entropiq packing. good supportive util as well, but that's all Glaive.
That flash from Zip, god tier. That right there, as a supportive player, well, not as a supportive, as any player, throwing a flash and then somebody profiting 2 blind kills off the back of it, that's what you love to see. That is what you'd love to see. Beautiful stuff, and that's another wombo combo flash assist coming in for Astralis. You had Blame, who had it happen long, a couple of plays, and now over towards B, so the utility usage is great. And a little stat line we were looking at before the game was Entropiq throughout the group stage, out of all the teams, we're actually the highest rated in terms of flash assists. So getting a taste of their own medicine right here. Astralis, the OGs as far as utility goes, showing us how it's done.
Yeah, and Zipper's been flashing for Glaive for a few years now. He's familiar with the turf and the moves, and speaking of, farlig's let one slip, yeah. It leads to 1. It leads to 2. Elian with just the AK, but catching Blame, and Forrester, he's anticipating an aggressive CT walkout. He's trying to catch on the fade, adjusts immediately into Zip.
One's great.
Does keep the advantage in the favor of Entropiq. Config's here and hearing this. Oh, Elian, I hope you spotted that. I hope you were ready for that. He wasn't. Config's got him. And now running into B. Glaive is pushed short. They've got so much util. They better have something in preparation for a late short arrival. Smoke sight, molly, graffiti. They're not ready for sure. That's big.
I don't think he was spotted either. He's going to creep through.
He's just going to walk through.
Oh.
Config will take first contact. Draw eyes away. Hard clear for Config.
Not checking his corners.
Checked his corners. Krad lets him slip. Anticipating short as well. This is so naughty. Krad, you take it. Take it before Config accidentally sees you. The restraint is killing me. Now he knocks the head off. Trying to work it out. Glaive now short. Does manage to neutralize one. It's Nickelback that pulls it across the line, an important 4th as the gap now closes.
I can't believe he didn't shoot sooner. That is actually wild, right? Like, what are you gaining in that type of a situation, right? you still have questions to ask. So I'm sure Config scratching his head like, what?
Why did he?
Yeah, all right.
He was alive for so long.
And this is the miss. Yeah, just, I guess farlig may have been in conversation or looking at his radar or not completely focused in right there. And this is the trigger discipline from Krad. There's the kill traded out, but now it's just the pistols here. Blame into an M4. Aggressive molly extinguished. An idea. Blame must know that the push is coming on through. Lots of space taken from Blame.
So much info courtesy of Blame, and he's actually got Eliam dead to rights. Big find on a solo mission.
Everyone else needs to stay alive right now for Astralis. Entropiq need to find a kill back, and if Astralis start to linger and push on out and give one back, all of Blame's hard work is done. They don't really know what the buy looks like on the other side just yet. In this position from Config, it is perfect.
Ooh.
The 5-7 strikes.
Yeah, that looked way too easy. He's even pre-aiming the boost here. Oh, Astralis. These are the rounds you can pull out in order to really distance yourself from the competition.
Can't be getting away with one like this.
Yeah, you
can't be giving one of these over.
I mean, I understand not ready from Elian's perspective, but Blame's taking it. And now Astralis are running with it. So blind. Glaive gets info. They are committing. It is just going to be duels. Blame's here as well to support. Will they check barrels? The answer's no. Caught with a nade in his hand. Blame doing so much work. He has to finish the job as well, and he will. One, not quite the last. Config now spotted towards connector.
He's playing.
He's checking him. Config's done it. Astralis throwing up. Config's hopes and dreams. They're back in the doldrums of 2K, and an 8th that they had no right to win. Astralis take it by force.
That is crazy, right? That is crazy. You think about that, could have been 5 rounds right here for Entropiq. 5 rounds, and then they could have had, what, maybe 7 on the way out the door. Look, they can still get 7. The TK here onto Forrester. Look, it doesn't feel great, but it was a scrappy situation. The Bash brothers, Config and blameF stepping up in a big way with a double apiece.
It's huge, absolutely massive, and it only makes the gap even bigger. Oh, Blame nearly got caught out.
Thinks he's lost him in the smoke here.
Misread that one a little, but no problem. No harm, no foul.
Can he get on out of dodge, though? Because Lackey's starting to peer around the top side. Blame's option may actually be better to go out through B. There's another kill, the AWP over towards Monster again. Config grabs another, and this one here is just getting rinsed apart. The bomb is down passive. Elian with a Glock in hand. I think what he'd be looking for right now is death.
Some of us have days like that. Comes
for all of us. But this is Overpass, right? And remember, 15-7, I'll keep reminding everybody that the Astralis T side, it has had woes before. I'm sure that with the demo review, they would have discussed about what they could do better going forward. A bit more salt in a game like that, so maybe some emotions getting the better of them. And then steps out. Zip will gladly oblige, and they keep all 5 alive. That is great, as there's 2 rounds left here for the Danes.
It's been a dreamy first half, hasn't it?
It's been splotchy rounds. There has not been a single Entropiq round that has been posted back-to-back. And look, that is great for Astralis. It means that they've just been able to continue to punish them here. Denying plants in the last few. 3rd timeout called. Hooch wanting to get on the mic again, understanding that 5 rounds, 6, it's possible. You'd love to get those on the way out the door here. And remember, here's the clutch, highlighted for everybody. This was the Zip 1v2 on the 4 spy. Then we were highlighting the wombo combos with the flashes, setting Blame up for some success. Just giving you some of the moments here. This is a round that almost got out of control as well. Entropiq, they zerg through the long bathroom Molotovs, make it all the way.
Yeah, and even in their victories, you know, that Krad 1v2 is a perfect example of it, and this one as well was 2v2. In their limited victories, they've been close. Never having like a full, very healthy conversion. It's made it very difficult. Pulling teeth as Entropiq try and find a competitive half. 6 would be great. The conversation's been had, the timeout concludes. Let's get into round 14. And Blame, he's been catching good timings on these. He's not going to go for it again, I'd imagine. He's actually willing to force a hard clear out of Entropiq.
This didn't go well for farlig last time.
Yeah.
Blame's on an island now, committed.
Ready to rock and roll. No way! He gets 2 and Alien's missed his shot. A 10th round looms again on the hero play from Blame. He's been kept honest, I guess. 1 back, they do shut him down.
And now you have 1 minute 14 seconds to operate with 2 flashbangs. And this is Overpass of all maps. Forrester needs to find something. Information taken. The surf away is smooth. The immovable object of the boulder. Stalling Entropiq out here in round number 14.
Thinks better of that. Helling's not been having too much fun.
It is pretty nice when you've got the immovable object of Blame and the unstoppable force of Config on the same team. They're not against each other. Their energy's going in the same direction.
Yeah, it is just a parallel straight to the head-to-head in the quarterfinals. They could be meeting Furia.
Oh, I would love that match. It's got entertainment written all over it. Alien trying to get activated late here. That's his 6th kill.
The bunny hop's not going to help him. farlig does track beautifully.
He's going to get away. Krad's coming. farlig tucked to the left. Barrel spotted. Tap, tap, tap it in, says Krad, and now farlig can tuck tail. Killing him after time would be the worst for Krad right now.
Hi, guys. 5 seconds.
Quick lavers.
Oh, he's going to have to try and find a safe haven. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Holding his horses and living. Oh, my lord. Oh, that would have sucked. That would have absolutely sucked. $500 is all Krad would have had. But instead, he throws the AWP over, and Alien will still have his signature weapon for the last round of play. This is Blame, just another round on virtue of his frags alone. This is a huge way to get the round started. And what a luxury for Astralis to have, to just send that boulder into an aggressive defensive stance. That sounds like an oxymoron.
I like how he's playing it now. It's a bit more like Rainwood, you know, aggressive and disruptive, and also becomes a linchpin late if they do get past you in one of these little maneuvers. But can they make it 5 on the way out the door? It could make the world a difference here. Spam back through, Glaive chipped on down. 35 points of health here to operate with the remainder of round number 15. And just on that point, there's a big difference between the 11-4 and the 10-5 for Entropiq here, especially with a pistol win in the second half.
Yeah, that's fit. Could make a world of difference.
Boost coming up here. Krad backing off. He might catch the kill here onto Blame. He's ready for it. Hey, he's seen this one before, but Blame still gets the kill.
Yeah, tagged up, but it's Krad that's body bagged up.
But if you know it's Blame on B, do you start to now press the issue towards A? Right, he has more than ample time to rotate back. farlig still resides on the site, and this is more of a totaled up A defense. Config taking space off of that connector kill. They're starting to turn the screws right now.
Yeah, Blame wants info. He's going to use his low HP to try and find a ratty corner and off the flash. Yeah, Forrester's dealt with him, but farlig, oh, just looked away as the space was taken.
So close,
farlig. He wants as long, he doesn't know.
Close.
He had no idea. The punishment's not there, though. He's given the information and, oh, shy of the mark on the hip. This is a way in now. The 5th round looms. Config's on the flank and fast. High flash. Nickelback clears CT. It's only Config. Can he come up clutch? Zipex from the grave does find one on the Molotov spread. And with 20 seconds, if they can just pick up that bomb, this gets much easier. Nickelback does find it on the edge. Planting now. Elian needs to close this round. 10-5 and a 1 pistol, and they're right back into it.
Playing passive, they both dropped on down.
Kit's available for him. Easy first frag, won't anticipate a second there though, and that's Elian. Double up, double trouble, 5 to 10 then, as we will swap sides. This one really heating up. Still uncertain as to who can take it. Astralis edging forward. We'll have to find out together in the next half.
Hello guys, my name is Nato Safix. I've been asked to showcase a few tips and tricks here on Overpass, and I've got 3 lined up for you. One of them being probably more of a funny spot you can use in matchmaking, so let's go ahead. When I was playing AWP, one of the tips that stuck with me on Overpass is if you can jump up on this here. Then a lot of people are holding this angle here, and it's quite good, especially if the opponents have pistols, for example. But for me, it's sometimes better to grab this angle, because even if the flash comes over, which you won't be able to...
About the stats.
Yeah, in that first half there, farlig and Blame combined were involved in 11 opening exchanges, and they were able to convert 9 of them. Blame with 6 to his name. So the aggressive maneuvers on the CT side, or the kills coming their way, either way, they've set themselves up on that double-digit pedestal right now, and oh, they're coming very fast connected. This is a biff.
Oh my god, he's not going to be ready for this. This is so... What the bloody hell was that? farlig, great shooting. Blame's managed to open up with a double of his own, and you can see 1xBet believes Astralis got this in the bag, and the pistol already indicating as much. One across. Needed that clean tap. He hasn't been able to provide it, and now with his information, they're just going to regroup. Blame to take the space late.
They have a smoke and a flash. Right now, if they were to group up, like in gun rounds, we talk about it where they spread out and they send someone in to find a bit of info. This is the type where you kind of would want to group up, because if you just trade out efficiently onto Lackey, you're in, and he's about to peer on down Monster with an aggressive maneuver. Spots a lot here, Lackey. A kill would be great.
It's not enough. There are opportunities now going awry as he confirms he's getting closed in on and just unable to find the head.
Maybe save your Kevlar here, Elian. It might not be worth going for this. No, it sounds crazy, but a 1-on-4 situation, a B-bomb site retake, no kit, no hope. Spotted now, information relayed, and all the eyes of Astralis turn in his direction. Dipping and dodging, trying to get out of there. That Kevlar, right, it could be worth its weight in gold if he wants to go for a 4-spy in the next with a scout behind it.
It happened so quick, Chad, but recapping that fight in Connector,
Farlig's owner was crazy.
There were 3 CTs from Entropiq there.
Yeah, so they were going for full-on connector control here, right? They were going to 1-3-1, trying to control the central point of the map here. So Astralis, if they wanted to take territory, couldn't pivot back between the 2 bomb sites. But unlike Farlig's AWP, his Glock just absolutely rocked the head of the first, and then Blame just follows through. He's having a great game. Oh, Elian chased. He's got 1. And I think it might just be left at 1 as he gets hunted down. Config, final kill of the round. 11 now for Astralis. Now, this is the question. We haven't seen Entropiq go for too many 4-spies. And if they opt to go for a 4-spy now, that would be problematic. So farlig gets that opener on the jump, and then Blame, beautiful stuff there. Just able to avenge his fallen comrade. Now, it isn't looking like a force from Entropiq. They're just going to have the USPs. This is going to usher out the red carpet for Astralis to get up to 12. Now, I want to point this out. Blame is having a great game, yes. He had a great game on Vertigo, though, and it still wasn't enough for them to convert. So let's see if his team are able to get them across the line right here, right now. Spread across the map, Blame and Connector, Zip outside B3. Glaive, farlig, and Config dealing with any A aggress.
125 average damage per round from Blame so far.
Second highest util damage for his team as well. He's having a good game. And he's showing a bit more diversity in his play, right? He's getting stuck in. He looks a bit more unleashed. The fact that he was probably involved in a lot of those opening duels he was winning on the CT side might spur him forward on the T side as well to try and keep up some of that action. He's trying to tuck tail and make sure he isn't spotted in the blind spot. Two towards long. Nickelback on the site. Krad rotating over, just Lackey in that sewer position we highlighted before. Here comes the flash.
Config safe and solid. Delivers that. That was the gimmick. That was the move.
Yeah, they need to scoop up the bomb in T-spawn, but there's 45 seconds left. Glaive is tasked with doing that. farlig covering off any pushes for bathrooms, config for long, and we'll call this one done and dusted. Now, Furia are waiting in the wings, and I'm sure that they're happy that they've got to see these teams play quite a consistent amount of Counter-Strike here. It was all 30 in the first, it was overtime in the second, and this one here, well, we're not done and dusted yet, but they've shown 3 maps here today. It's going to help a team like Furia just settle in and see what type of form they have, what strategies they're running.
Yeah, what's up with Art wanting to play Astralis as well, believing that the Furia boys have something that can disrupt the Astralis boys, saying if they feel easy.
Yeah, that right there, I think that with the way that Entropiq play versus Art's aggression, personally, he probably has a hard time getting away with some of his maneuvers. Yeah. Whereas there's clear from Astralis, they also enjoy the chaos in some of their games, right? They have a switch. Sometimes it's config, go kill, and Glaive gets involved in the aggression as well. Sometimes it's a little bit more tempered. farlig will finish things off right here. Now, this is a 3-map affair. Yesterday's opener between Fnatic and Ents was over 2-0. Then FaZe versus Players, it was back and forth, a 16-4, a 16-5, and then a 16-9. So all single-digit map victories in one of the showstopper fixtures we had of yesterday. Later today, 7:30, I believe the time has been adjusted to now. Might be a little bit later if this game continues to go on. Heroic versus Liquid, North America's last and only hope, unless you count Twists, but I think he's migrated now. We can call him European soon. He'll fly that Canadian flag, but Molly missed.
It's Molly, yeah, and Krad got a lot to do here. You saw how it worked out for Blame.
Back turned.
Back turned and executed. They're looking lost. Entropiq. It's a long old series. Astralis, they're weathered veterans in the longevity.
Right now, if you have got the aggressive A prong down, you know that likely Elian with the AWP, you just regroup over towards B and go for a set piece. Forrester and Lackey are the two that they need to rumble. And this position from Forrester, extremely susceptible to a nose flash, right? So if you can stand by this little pole over here, you whack a flash through a monster. If he's blind, Lackey needs to swing on out and protect his teammate. No flash, just a swing.
Just right.
Yikes.
Just give him the equalizer. That might slow things down. That forces
a lot. And of smoke.
Coming through. Could be punished. Good. Gets the vision back. Lackey's good for the frag onto config, and now Astralis. Yeah, completely.
It's crazy how just that kill back, like that tiny little difference maker, that great position, it's such a nuisance. It's great if you flash, it's terrible if you just walk on in, because the CT is going to have the advantage from that elevated position time and time again. 35 seconds left on the clock. Nickelback and Elian locking down A. Lackey and Forrester still reside on B, and they have a smoke, a flash, and a HG to brute force their way in. They need a bigger crowbar, I think.
Well, there's the info. Nickelback confirms he's under some threat. And he has delivered onto Blame. Just brave, just ready. Glaive's got one back. Elian could have gone down to the pre-fire. He is susceptible with no armor. Over the top, Glaive exploiting and running down the AWP.
It's a plant.
Can't be stopped. He fakes it. No time now. Unless they both were to line up, Forrester finds their head, and they will convert and recover. It looked like it was dire straits upon Krad's demise, but saved by the absent nose flash.
Yeah, it's just the one kill back, and it changes the whole dialogue of the rounds here. And Zip, right, he's creeping out. You may be expecting somebody on that close right-hand angle, but elevated in the fence position, no monster smoke. Nothing to save you from Forrester's aim, and he picks up the final kill of the round. They do retain the AWP for Elian. I'm sure he's going to be happy about getting that back in his mitts.
I'm sure Astralis are also going to just start with every CT round posted, recalling how it does feel to lose slews of T rounds on Overpass.
Yeah, I think fortunately that one wasn't a crazy clutch. But if they do lose one of those in the piece here, here's that nose flash I was talking about.
Got to get the bogeys out. He decides on an alternative. Forrester's ready for it.
And this is just going to be a B hit. So this is a big issue right now for that of Astralis.
It'll be like 4 here. Krad can support short from connector. Yeah,
they have a lot of room. So they have to hope that they get a multi-kill early, right? If you're trading 1 for 1, the onslaught of CTs is going to be continuous. And Lackey's trying to do... He's avoiding this nose flash. So here we go. They're picking up the flashbangs and dropping on back. So this one's being called off, I think. Alex?
Yeah, I'm just going to stick around trying to punish if they did.
55 seconds and not a whole lot's happened. Krad still in connector. At least Nickelback's now over towards A to help out Elian. So the cut of noise across the map has forced a rotation. Krad getting some info here. But that's it. They've thrown flashes A and now they're going back. So this setup is looking much better for them to execute against. There's a positive.
Yeah.
Maybe the only one we've got right now for Astralis in round number 19.
Krad's still got nothing to report party. I'm sure he'll be around in time. As soon as anything
Elian's rotating.
is thrown into the equation, Elian is on his way. Util light. Elian does have an incendiary, could make things awkward short. Here they come swinging through. Lackey on pillar. Forrester down, and now it's up to Lackey. Delivering, can't make it 3.
Krad push though, it's coming.
Farlig's in. Krad from short to deny the plant, and that ruins the round. They got 10 seconds. Astralis no way out but frags. Elian spotted, tags up glaive. Take everything away from the Danes here. Blame in retreat, heading back to spawn, and they'll let it happen. But there's the 7th.
Yeah, and that Krad forward position the entire time, right? That is such an issue. You highlighted it early. He retained it on his lonesome, and it was a pivotal kill. Because if the bomb goes down and they were all retaking from spawn, a very winnable round for the Danes, as we do see a timeout called, and surprisingly, this is the first for Astralis. I think that tells you how well the first half went. Now for Astralis, they've had great starts to these games. Sure, they didn't win the initial pistol, but they won the force buy and then went on a string of 5. Here they win the pistol, they get the conversion against the eco, and now this is where it gets difficult. This is the gun rounds, and I like that they saved all the timeouts. You want to use these quite liberally, I would say. So every time that you know that you're going to have a gun round or a round, you can still be threatening, take a timeout, talk it through, right? Make sure that everybody's on the same page. Don't just leave spawn with someone going, oh wait, what am I doing? Make sure there's a clear plan and a clear understanding of the expectation.
I mean, Lackey did everything required of him there. You saw what that left Krad with, and the time was on their side in a very big way. So fist bumps and belief starting to brew. Entropiq 7, Astralis 12. 4 rounds away from securing that Astralis Furia fixture. Or we go the distance. Every map so far this series has.
Yeah, this one feels the same. Just this AK, P250, the flash used, the space taken. They need to crack the head of Krad.
Yeah, but also, you know, if you put it on the Entropiq lens, they can't afford to lose someone early and put a weapon into an Astralis hand. Quick on the retrieve, gets it. They cannot afford to go down to another Astralis funny business eco round. This one rifle from Blame. You knew it was saved, it's been revealed.
In this type of a situation, with no utility, your bodies have to become your flashes. So with the Glocks and the P250s, if they can jump and they can make it be against the AWPer, Krad has spotted this. He's going to send a nade sailing downtown. But now they can actually start the press. It is only Glocks, but you can't really swing on that. So if they're able to bait out a shot of Elian and scale for space, that is the best option for Astralis in a round like this.
Yeah, the boost ain't bad. It will get over Elian's scope. He's just the close line though, and he does catch that. Won't re-extend.
But it's good bait. It's actually allowed glaive to tuck in.
Elian's worked it out, and now the threat is just Blame. But Blame is a big threat on his own. This is a 3v2. Now they both have rifles. This could spiral. Reaction necessary from Nickelback. Bomb being planted. No denial on the ball bank. And now it's ticking against them. Elian does take down farlig. It still remains as Blame. And Blame makes it 3. He could find the 13th here. 1 rifle, 1 man.
If he goes around the world, he might have time. Yeah, if he's quick on this, he might have time.
Just defuse. They don't. Again with the fake. He's going around the world. They don't know it.
This could be massive.
1 tap from Blame. He's been found. And a sigh of relief rings out for every Entropiq player and fan alike. 8 secure, but my God, did Astralis make them work for it.
I think Blame in that situation is probably doubting the fact they're not defusing either. So you want to be quick just to make sure that that isn't getting diffused right under your nose there. But a massive round from Blame. He gets another opener. The guy is doing a great job. And again, I'll bring it up. A great map on Vertigo. A fantastic showing right now in Overpass. But is it enough?
God, that would be a real point of contention in the demo review if you're putting in numbers like he has and impact like he has and still This game goes the distance.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, obviously they want to make some jokes that people at home call him blameF, this, that. He's been in the thick of it. Yeah. He's been getting them openings. He's been involved in the fights. He's been shutting areas down. He's not just getting pointless kills. These are impact frags on a lot of occasions. And farlig, if you don't account for your corners, you're going to go down with a sour face.
We can't afford to go down like this. Krad's got company. Krad's got company and some support. 1.5. Still blameF keeps Astralis in it.
But Nickelback's position means they know it's not A. The biggest issue is the timer of up connector and past Nickelback, but he's going to be a sleeper agent. Lucky close monster again. They can retain 3 players locking down this B site.
Lucky's still trying his luck. Trying to play anti. There's no flash coming.
Forrester can re-smoke. Monster is a no-go zone for another 20 seconds. And if they just walk up short, it's into Elian's AWP.
Can't let this slip. And doesn't. Blame gone. Bomb down and bodies dropping. Left and right. Elian sends them home. A big shutdown. 4 hearts still beating and farlig forced to save. Another round scratched next to the Entropiq name.
Oh, I don't know if farlig is going to get away with this. Nickelback is starting to have a look. If farlig doesn't get around the corner, he's going to get, oh, I was going to say shot in the back. The scope. Was it heard? Did Nickelback put himself close enough? Look at the party. They're starting to come on over.
He's going round for the ladder flank, and they're all going to be able to punish this AWP.
They can flash through the window and then just swing. I think that's what they're lining up now. Lucky's lining up the flash. Here it comes.
It's going to be brutal. Look at this. An AWP peeks you. An M4 comes down the ladder.
After time. They're going to get him after time.
$0, Chad. $0. Oh, and farlig's lost it. Absolute nightmare for your... Zero. It doesn't get worse. It does not get worse. He's got a Glock and $0. And a single scope sound cue costs him the entirety of that.
And look at the score now. 12-9. Has to be a half buy. So 12-10. Double digits are about to be reached from Entropiq. Only 2 rounds so far, and that is with the pistol and conversion here. Elian just dancing around the pillar. Picking and popping them apart right here.
Got quick feet. farlig feeling the brunt of that pain. And Conflict's gone down early.
Just remember the first gun round where Krad went aggressive and died with blameF shooting him in the back. A great opportunity, a great 5v4, and that one just slipped through their fingers. And now they're in the hole. 4 consecutive rounds, likely to be 5. You think about farlig's buy into the next, it's going to be nothing. He's going to get a loss bonus of 3,400, so he can have the Galil at best. Unless somebody's feeling very generous and wants to drop him the AWP, maybe Glaive is. He's saved 3k. So there you go, problem solved.
Elian's tucked in close. Krad with the low HP is called upon to be the AWPer. Makes sense, especially against those pistols. Play the roles. Play the advantage. Elian needs this, provides it. And off the flash, they have taken space. Good catch. Zipex and Blame getting some frags in. Now weapons as well. Opportunity presents itself. Elian not able to finish off blameF. The bomb's coming. They know he's there. Oh, this is weird.
They can drop on back. There's time to fall back. You don't have to commit to this.
Glaive smoke implies he will.
You got the gun. They can fall straight back now and play together in the 2-on-2 situation.
Glaive wants to go back. The birds are singing, and Astralis would be too if they can find this one. That farlig loss. Ooh, and Glaive spotted. That was the bomb as well. Lackey's on his way, and Blame just doesn't have the health for this, but he has got the skill.
This is the thing. He needs to get the bomb and plant. Oh, maybe the AWP save. That could be nice. He's going to need to drop in the next round. As long as he doesn't go down. Shot taken, backing off. Needs to get on out of there, and he should. Couldn't have another after-time death. That would be absolutely brutal here, and he will be able to hold on to the big green. farlig is going to be happy about this one. They need to just work out the buy. Now, there's plenty of cash for Elian to repurchase the big green, but another round that's super sketch. Another round that comes on down to the tightest of margins there. Now, these timeouts, I spoke about them. You may as well use them if you're Astralis. At least have the conversation. Have a chat. Decide how you're going to close this game on out. You still need 4 more to get this done, and it is not going to be easy. No timeout called, and back underway we go. What's the call from Glaive here? Those demons starting to haunt them now.
No CT aggressions, or at least not past the normality. Krad very stubborn in his connector position, and it's blameF that's on his way as well. He's been... Oh, that smoke, it does signify presence, and that AWP is perfect for that. farlig sets his team up for a nice success, an opening kill.
Now this is the thing, we've seen it before with Krad going down. Is Lackey going to push? He's in the smoke, hoping to play in the fade right here. Zip aware of these mind games that get played. Nickelback is that rotation point back towards A for one more time. Blame still parked in connector. They can isolate a 3v2 fight on the A site.
Everything now hangs in the balance for these CTs. Entropiq, it's been a run of 5.
You have to convert this one.
This has to be Astralis' response. Round 2 of this half, the last time Astralis tasted victory. And farlig has presented them with the opportunity to buck that trend.
2 smokes right now. One for Glaive, one for Zip. Nickelback is playing close towards the sign. Alien to try and lure them in. Flash to delay, 30 seconds. Now the go signal has to come in momentarily here.
Trying to find an early advantage before they commit. Alien. Smokes, mollies, flashes, blame on his way. Nickelback needs to be ready and delivers. He's going to be swung on. Desperate for Alien to provide some sort of assistance. He gets one, needed another. 8 seconds.
Bomb needs to get picked up.
Or is it?
Getting planted, going down now on the truck.
Just in time. 3v1 and Lackey's accepted defeat.
Oh, that bomb in the loose right there. You think about it, there's a molly down there. There could have been so much mayhem. farlig, very diligent on the pickup. The AWP having to get the bomb down. And they make the 4v5 conversion work. That's Krad, who slipped up twice now in gun rounds, but once his team bailed him out, this time around he just gets pipped at the post. And they really want him in connector. It's quite clear that having him in connector is part of this game plan. Lucky to save. Now look at the finances over here. Forrester with 4.8. The loss bonus is only going to be 1,400. So this is where a timeout, maybe the last timeout of Entropiq, would come through, because you don't want the team to make a bad fiscal call here. It's a great chance for Hooch to kind of set the record straight as Zip goes down with the bomb. Forrester could drop that AWP, right? He could get the AWP over towards Alien, who can drop an M4 and glass cannon, right? You can also get Lackey to drop an M4. So we could see 3 rifles, an AWP coming out here with something a little bit lighter. An MP9, maybe a 5.7 have been vogue in this one. And this is the timeout called from Astralis off of the round win. It's not actually Hooch who's chipping in, but he gets the opportunity to do so anyway. So given a great opportunity here in Entropiq to talk their own options through.
That's death. farlig's POV. And he was just safe on the slither, just safe from that flash. The reason Krad's so confident in going for that fight, and you can see the frags just in time coming through.
Yeah, that could have got so out of control there, because like farlig's scooping up the bomb and running to the safe plan of truck. So could have got out of control, but they do get the buy back in. They have dropped the AWP for Alien. He's even been able to get Kevlar, so that's quite nice. It's a FAMAS and an MP9.
They changed it up. After their team talk, Krad is off to B as well. And Alien is going to have a gaping chasm to overcome in that toilet's absence. They're going for the boost, and no one's going to be there.
Bit of a gimmick getting pulled out here, and Alien's found the pick on long, so this will stall out any A aggress. They're starting to rotate Krad back right now, and that one's not going to taste very nice at all for Astralis here. Yeah. They have no room on the map. 1
right back and 0 info. Can Entropiq convert their 4v5? Light on nades. Resources are at a premium. And this absence of map control just means they're going to have to send blame in.
He has to walk past an AWP, and even if he gets the AWP kill, Krad swings.
They progress up long, and no AWP rings off. Building a mental picture. Indian flashed off. Krad should have him every day of the week. Blame is not looking his way, and Krad gets himself a freebie. AK upgrade. Progression. They're into the site, though. Missed shot on the AWP. Alien under scrutiny. Krad saves him. It's just farlig, though, and he has got himself the frag. The bomb is loose, and this one's done. Ooh, the gap getting very tight now, Chad.
Out of options, or maybe not out of options, but out of solutions, right? So giving up an opening kill right there, it was Entropiq who were going for something a little bit gimmicky to find some information early over towards B, and Alien just gets given a bit of a freebie on that long peak. Zip is going to save, but they're playing a dangerous game. 2,900 into the bank balance. Enough for blame to buy. farlig should be the same. Config and glaive are going to be light on here. Score now reads 13-11 as time transpires, and there's been a lot of those within this second half of play. Going to count a total of 4 rounds where players from Astralis on the T side have been saving guns here. Glaive's got enough to get the purchase coming on through as well. So might be sitting pretty with Galils in lieu of AKs.
Restraint from Krad was rewarded as well.
That's what I was talking about, right? That wombo combo setup, the bait and switch, and blame, he tries to take the space. You want to take the space against an AWP once they take the shot, but lured straight into that.
Missed molly, space to be taken. It's Entropiq that once again has agreed to dispatch Krad towards that underpass. It has been exploited at times. This time no farlig though, and they are back to long. It seems like they want to do the same round again, or at least what they intended to do, without stomaching and opening Elian frag.
Elian's actually posted up on a different angle right now, which would have been on a bit of a timer for a smoke. He's just dipped back, right? He was actually patrolling upper bathrooms from just behind the smoke. It's landed, so that's forced him to reposition here. Have 4 players here early, and Zip isn't watching the backyard of B either, so this is very telling that they want to just kind of get the jump on A.
Speaking of jump, that's going to be where Elian gets his information from. Didn't catch a glimpse of that boost. farlig is up there, and so is glaive. So with an AWP shot fired, they might start to accelerate into their blind spot. Still nothing on his jump. He's not calling for aid.
In the smokes now.
He needs one. He's so blind. Oh, and he's dead. Config's into the site with a big entry. Krad needed that onto Zip.
Bottom a buffer now.
Yeah, especially if blame does go down. Krad, huge impact. The bomb planted.
They're locked in.
Exactly. And they're going to flash through that. That is naughty. They're going to be staring right at it. Glaive, not flash, not bothered. His teammate is in the smoke as well. The call was made. Damage is done. farlig falls. It's Lackey with the double. And Config, oh, they're staring right at him. They're staring right at him, trying to rascal the smoke. Nickelback far too wise. And that is a 3-man retake successful for Entropiq. Astralis, they're really running out of opportunities here.
Great find from Krad. The double kill was massive. 1 is great, but the blame frag is everything. Because if blame gets that kill, he can fortify connected, and Lackey can't come up. They can't go for that little bit of a maneuver that they just operated with. Flash through the smoke, they pop on through, they make this one awkward as hell. Here's the double. Just noisy as you like, not letting go, taking the fight. Blame not ready for that one there, and this is Lackey. As you mentioned, the information was given, and well, you know where Config's going to be, hiding in a smoke.
You know Krad is screaming, two, there's another, and he does find him through.
I don't think they can go B. Astralis haven't shown that they're able to finish B. It's been all about A. It's been all about trying to see if Elian will crumble, and sure, he goes down there, but his teammates, they back him up.
This is different. Glaive straight through the underpass, and no Krad to report. He's actually over on long.
Well, this is the time where they are setting their sights on the second letter of the alphabet, and Lackey here has been playing behind this monster smoke time and time again. And the one time they tried to creep back B, it was the drained position, the grate at the back there that caught them off guard.
You really have to have some cojones to believe in a position like this, staring at the floorboards, waiting for the sound cue and for that flashbang.
Even not getting spammed, like it's really on meta right now for CTs to creep into that smoke. So dicing with death, and they actually pivot on back. Lackey to the pillar, Forrester and Nickelback in a bit more of a retake setup now on the side. They're not fully committed to locking down Monster.
This can go wrong. Flash, Lackey's safe on the pillar side. Config in contact. Here comes the util, he'll swing with it.
Everyone's blind.
Forrester does manage to take him down. Numbers game. Advantage Entropiq and damage dealt, not finish it off. farlig low. Nickelback has to send him lower. Krad very restrained on his rotate through.
30 seconds now.
Elian does have the overwatch from heaven.
tail.
And where are they going?
You gotta get through Krad.
Ooh, Krad has gotta live now. And he's pre-aiming it. Glaive knows he's there.
20
confirms
seconds.
He's there. Krad, very greedy. They're coming for him. Survival. Gets one through the wall. It's really low on time. 15
They have
seconds.
to go B.
Where are they going?
They have to go B. And look at Nickelback. He should have them dead to rights.
Should. Being the operative word, and does. As 13, we tie it all up. Unlucky for some. And Astralis starting to tut their tongue. They are really running out of chances.
Glaive went connector, as you pointed out, to deal with this man right here, and he didn't play there early. He played there late, and he was still the linchpin of the round. He was still the key to victory. Remember the other round that they went B early on in the piece, and you had Lackey playing behind the pillar. He gets 2 kills, and then Krad comes up short with the MP9, denies the plant. Krad, the thorn in the side right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing a real risky game. He's at the top of the scoreboard with Elian. The frag distribution in general is incredibly close for Entropiq. It is a team effort in this full 3-map affair. I will remind you, we had a full 30 rounds way back on our first map, Nuke. Vertigo went the distance plus extra, and here we find ourselves at 13-13 on the third. This is a real, very level battle in the playoffs.
There's one player you turn to right now if you're Astralis. If you need some magic, you need a moment, you need an individual to get you back in this game with an absolute scorcher of a play, and that's Config. He needs to feel this right here, right now. Get the team back in. It's a half buy. Entropiq can take the lead. But if anyone's going to change that tune, it's the madman, the berserker Config.
Yeah, he's got absolutely no util. He'll take blood instead through the flames, the spray, and Lackey immediately repels.
Shut down.
Yeah, Krad this time doesn't quite finish the round, but there's nothing more to celebrate for Astralis.
This would be such a difficult round to be able to win in a 3-on-4 situation.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, the boosting as well. Zip is dead. Should be dead.
Should have been dead, yeah.
A bit of a wobbly there.
But they're going back towards long, and guess who's posted up?
Extraterrestrial. Holding the terrain.
They're going to boost up and over his line of sight again, so they've definitely studied that. Oh, well, you're spotted, and you should be dead. Elian doesn't risk the repeat. A lot of indecision, like Astralis can't go forward, they can't go back, they just go into the AWP. And a round that had a lot of mustard on it as far as the B rush goes. Isn't going anywhere. At least they've kept tugging Entropiq across the map. And here's this drained position again. Should get the spot of the toes. Tickles him on up. And Zip is the one who gets punished by that yet again. Glaive with the M4 in hand. It's more than the M4 to get this one done, I think. The first on the Forester's tidy. Lackey been the pillar of defense on this B bomb site. For him, 18 kills. It's a team effort over there for Entropiq. 21 at the high end for Ellie, and the low end is 15 for Forrester, who has been the hero in the other maps. The man stepping up with so much impact.
Yeah, he got them here. I think that is not hyperbole. He's been responsible for this performance. This was just Zipex getting away from the spray.
Yeah, a bit of a wobble.
Yeah. And Elian nicely handling. Just a balance between the repeaks and knowing he has an advantage at the weaponry. Don't want to let that gap close. And talking of gaps closed, the lead for Entropiq has been secured. 14 now as they control the pace. It's up against the rifles, 5 AKs, and could be Zipex that takes Forrester's aggression personally.
Yeah, a bit more initiative out of Zipex here. He's been extremely passive babysitting this B side of the map here. So by getting this opener, it's going to just leave Lackey on an island. A heavy rotate back towards A. So this has to be a gamble call from Nickelback, the in-game leader. Let's stack the site. Let's hope that they come into our domain. And they've been able to get one back.
Yeah, didn't confirm long presence. Config was flashed. With Monster re-smoked, it's Krad the next objective. Farlig's ready for it. Looks away. Config and Krad. And oh, Krad's got another. High impact, Blame equalizes. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of speed. Elian, no vision, no health.
He's open. Nickelback's the only one here.
They should plant here. Nickelback straight up confirms it's way too much for him to handle on his own. Needs Lackey. Swings through. Farlig good for the headshot. Astralis breaking their silence. And a 1v3 for Lackey. Uninterested. $300 in his back pocket. Rifle would be welcome.
Yeah, keep that one. Hold on to that for sure. Nickelback can buy Ellie, and the same. Forrester's going to be pretty damn close. So important for Lackey to hold on to this. And the fact that this kid, after you lost Forrester on B to Zip, swings back Monster and kills Zipex, right? That is wild. Like, he is not afraid of anything here. So did his best to level the playing field. But good trading out from Astralis and a good understanding of the situation. You could see Elian just caught in no man's land, completely blind, run on down in this game, tied up again, 14-14. And an AWP retained for Farlig now.
Yeah, you couldn't help but feel the same flustered feeling that Elian would be feeling as that flash pops.
Do you account for Zip to get an opening kill towards B again to spur you forward? That's a problem, right? We've been looking for ways in for Astralis here. And the fact that with Zip is the most unlikely of heroes to find, the individual whose job it is just to keep a lid on the B bomb site. And this was the opener. Piers on out. See you later, Alligator. Forrester will go on down and giving up a bit of a death right there. Glaive, the pressure, it was mounting. And this was essential because if Nickelback scales towards truck, allows a bit of time for Lackey to rotate over. Could have been an awkward situation on the site, but Hooch calls the final timeout, understands that this is the moment to close the game. An AWP has been bought from Nickelback. It's going to be dropped to Elian. The purchase is coming on through. The coach giving the final orders as 3, 2, 1. And that's the last time he can choose to chip on in.
Last fist bumps, a good luck, have fun from the coach, and he's spoken his last word. Third map, 28 rounds, and we're dead even. 28 frags for Blame. Him or Config, eyes on the prize, see if they can find more impact into a must-win round. Astralis chasing their tails a little on the T side. Alien fires off a warning shot, not going to be punished. It's just Config through Playground, containing any long info plays.
That's a lot of information. If you weren't sure if there was going to be an AWP, you know immediately, straight out the gate. You know that you're working against a default round, so you need to operate with the AWP in the back of your mind for the remainder of the minute 30. And a consecutive round here for Astralis with a 1900 loss bonus into the back pocket of Entropiq in the next will break them. It will absolutely break them. This round means everything for the Danes if they want to close here in regulation. They're testing long again, are they really?
Alien's there.
Need to wait for the flash here, Glaive. Oh!
Trigger, it doesn't seem far off, but they get away. Storm weathered. Concerned about Banana still. Doesn't want to abandon Krad on this island, and oh my god, he peeks out. Oh, and he loses his life. farlig, long-range support, they've got another opening.
Yeah, and another Krad opening death given up to farlig's AWP here. That's happened twice throughout this. Last time they did convert, they can do it again. 40 seconds remaining, so time is probably the biggest issue for Astralis right now. Is Lackey, the hero of the B bomb side, the only man posted to defend against the Fiver, bearing down on his position. They've got util, they flash on out, they must know this is coming. Team flash and a conversion, that's a problem.
That's a big problem. Glaive, full white screen, courtesy of Zipex, and Lackey alone has cavalry and a bit of damage. It may not be enough. They're into water. Oh, he threw the smoke. Nickelback dead on progress. 2v4. Forrest is still there though. 20 HP. They'll hunt him down.
Seconds, you got a plant, boys.
They do have to stop the plant. That's all they have to do. They could wallbang it. Oh my god, he tagged him. He doesn't know. He nearly won the round on the bang alone, but Forrester alone, and that's 15. Feels good, I'm sure.
Oh, Zip made up for that team flash. 2 huge kills on the way through Monster right there. He would have been left red-faced if Glaive went down and that round fell apart. Mistiming, miscom, but does not matter. Astralis first to 15 here.
Look at their money, Chad. We knew it would be bad, but it's brutal. Last round defending your honor after such a hard-fought game, and Entropiq, the abacus is haunting them here. The finances just do not favor them. The reason you're roaring, as Config was, is because he knows this one is on a silver platter now. A silver platter. All the trimmings, all the fixings. Is it gimmicks from the CTs? Do they have anything left to catch this Astralis attack off guard? It's Krad in his usual hidey hole. Door blown off. Supportive flashes are available. Nickelback's been known to throw 1 or 2.
And then just trying to jump spot for some info here. He knows that he needs to allow a buffer for Krad to operate in connector. Divider smoke. Well, Molly. It's bathroom smoke. Krad now. Can he find anything here with this Deagle lying in wait? Needs a kill. Needs something. Flash to enable.
But they're coming for him. Spotted. Struggling. Multiple targets and already 3 congregating in his position.
First to fall again for Krad. Such a volatile position in connector right here, and he's given up the death.
26, and this is the final round of regulation. 4 francs is all that separates Astralis from the quarterfinal.
It might have to be a gamble here from Entropiq. You're going to have to pick a side.
You're not going to do it with pistols and scouts if you're scattered, but at the moment they are.
Nickelback's pushing.
30 seconds, maybe the clock could become a villain here if they could just find something. The tag's not much.
You've got to go.
They're coming. Nickelback doesn't find the head of blame. Looking good for Astralis. 3 frags is all they need. A hard-fought series. Config in. They've got time to plan. A horrible retake with no kit. Astralis, they do get across into the site. A nice tag through the smoke, but it's all nothing to be celebrated. The CT's all from one direction. Alien's gone. Just like Zane, and the pain, it continues. 16-14. Elation, joy for one side of the studio and quite the opposite for the other. All the rounds, a hard-fought game, mistakes for both sides. but it's the Danes that will meet Furia in the quarterfinals.